Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to go over the basics for the OBS Studio software. It's a very, very valuable tool for making YouTube videos. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to install the OBS Studio software. And we're going to go ahead and go to just type in OBS Studio in search and you should be fine. And then once you get to the main page here, you want to run the download installer because that's what's going to install the OBS software. If you use the zip, it's kind of like an executable portable version. So you kind of don't want to do that one. You want to do this one because we want to install it on the hardware because you're going to need it more than once. So go ahead and run that download installer, and that is for the Windows version here. If you had Mac, you had your DMG over here, and you also have Linux version, which is kind of handy. If you ever plan on doing something like that. But yeah, that's basically it. And then there aren't a whole lot of prompts to go through. Yeah, we just run the full installer right there. Okay, so the next thing I want to do here is I want to add the video source. So I'm going to right click on here and I'm going to go down to where it says video capture device. Now I already did this, so I'm going to use the existing one. But normally you would just hit create new, and that would be what you do. So I'm going to go ahead and use the existing video capture device, and there's me. That's my webcam. So now you have a smaller box that you could put in the corner so people can still see you, and then also something that, so if you wanted to do display capture for what teaching, like a lot of times I'll do a smaller box down here and then I'll do this up here, or I can make this as big as I want, and you can adjust where it's going to be. So that's how you would add a video capture device, and then also in an earlier video I was talking about there's a program called IRIUN. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, you can do this with your phone. You don't need to have a webcam. You can do this with your phone. So yeah, and then you can adjust this and adjust the layers, turn them off and on. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is teach you guys how to do a separate microphone input than the microphone that's on the camera itself. Because you probably want something that's not a room mic that's capturing a bunch of noise and stuff like that. And if you're using an additional microphone, USB microphone like I am right now, you want to be able to do this. So what you're going to do is, over here where it says, let me make this bigger so that we can actually see what we're doing here. All right, that's better. Where it says microphone input, you're going to, sorry, I can't do much about this. I can just turn everything off. I can turn that off, I guess. Now, if I turn that off, you won't be able to see what I'm doing. So, yeah, down here where it says microphone input, you've got the properties and advanced audio properties. So you go ahead and you use properties, and for device, you have the webcam as the device. You're going to hit the little arrows over here. Let me move this whole thing out of the way here. So we can see what we're doing. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and choose my my USB. Because the volume was down all the way. It's got a volume knob, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust the volume on that right now. And now you should be hearing me on just this USB microphone, which is going to pick up a lot less noise than the microphone that's coming from the camera. And so that's how you do microphone from an independent source, like what you like your input and your DAW. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I've got a lot of distractions. That's just the way this works. All right, so that's how you're going to do that. You're going to go ahead and just choose a different source from the properties window right here. Okay, so another thing you can do here is you can adjust, you can kind of crop the box closer so that way you don't get the fan and the other things up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to go down to where it says transform, and then I go edit transform. Now, let me drag this over here so you can see both things at the same time. What I can do is, like, I can crop off, I'm going to go ahead and crop 250 off the side here. Maybe that was a little bit too much. Okay, I'm going to go 225. And your pixels off the side. So that automatically cuts this down so that I'm in the middle of this small window. And I want to get rid of that fan and that extra stuff on top. So I'm going to go ahead and crop 200 off the top. And see, now I've got a much smaller window here. And you can adjust the size of it or whatever, move it around. Where you just see me and not all the other stuff. Now, I mainly learned how to do this. The primary reason why I learned how to do this is that I had a lot of clutter behind me and I wanted to kind of crop that out of the shot. So when you saw the camera stuff of me, then that was the whole deal there. You didn't get all this extra distraction in the background. I didn't want to go full blast. So you can adjust this to whatever size you want. And you can also turn these off and on. So one of the things you can do, we'll talk about that in a minute, there's a way to transition between the two. So that's kind of how that works. And okay, so up until recently, I've been making videos like this where I have myself boxed off in the corner here, and then I'm just broadcasting the screenshot and then talking over it at the same time. That hasn't been really successful because, well, it works, but I mean, it takes a lot of effort because I've got to read, memorize, figure out the scene, and show you what I'm doing on the display capture at the same time. And I found out there's a way that I could just do a screenshot and then do the voiceover later. And I'll show you how to do that. So what we're gonna do first is, now I have a scene over here that I already had set up like that. Now this is playing back a video that I had going before, and there's the media source right there. I'm gonna hit pause on that. And so display capture is, let me go ahead and make this smaller. There's the display capture, and then there is the media source that I wanted to do full screen. And then one of the things I'm going to do down here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this video capture device again so you can see me. And there's me again. I've got to recrop it and all that fun stuff. But I can do this in addition to having this media source play a video file for me. And the way you do that is you're down here in the plus sign of your sources. You have a media source. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the one I have already and right click on go to properties. So, and then I have that pointed at this video file. And you can point that at whatever video file you've already previously recorded the screen capture on. And then you can talk over it later. And the beauty of that is you can read from a script, you can just do the voiceover, you don't necessarily even have to have the camera on here. And then you can do all your instructions without having to worry about memorizing a bunch of stuff or anything like that. So yeah, that's another way that's really going to help you with your productivity, kind of put these videos together, especially if you're doing tutorial stuff like I am. All right. Okay, so I just went over some of the most basic parts of the OBS Studio software. There's way more to it than that. You can get in there. It's actually designed for things like streaming live, and a lot of Twitch users use it because I talked to some, they said that, yeah, that's what they use. Also, you can do a lot of like live switching to different scenes so that if you have like one scene set up, you're cutting away to a third person. There's a lot you can do with the software. That was just what I just went over was just the bare bones minimum. But yeah, once again, if you got any questions, you can contact me at studioonaBudget@gmail.com. So, and yeah, I will answer any questions you got about the software. And we're going to get into more stuff next time. Thanks.